Okay, there's so much there. I can't even begin to tell you how many times the same message that you're communicating has been brought onto my podcast in different ways and different perspectives, and how often this is placed in front of my path right now, as far as books that I'm reading or people that I meet. Do you believe in the concept of like synchronicities that God is trying to teach or communicate or reach us through various methods?
I do, because that's what happens to me. He'll show me something and may just kind of poo poo it at the time, but I will get the same message through multiple
Yeah.
avenues. An email that comes through, a newsletter that comes through, someone shares a podcast with me, someone says something, it happens to me all the time. And that's when I know that I need to take note that this is God trying to tell me that this is your next step. I believe that he gives you what you're ready for. And that's what he did on my path of healing. He didn't just hand me all the steps. It was really kind of fascinating because he put in front of me what I was ready to hear. And then when I got into the remission point, and I said, like I said, I don't want to live in fear anymore. And I was like, okay, well, what's next? Like, I'm really tired of dealing with this illness. Like, can you just help me get past this so I can move on with my life? And I remember it vividly. I was standing in the kitchen and I was cooking, and all of a sudden, it was like fireworks went off in my brain. And this has never happened to me. There was the one time this happened to me. It was like bam, 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 like fireworks. And I just saw he connected all the pieces for me. What he did was he built a roadmap in my head. It was like bam, 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 bam. And there was these 5 main steps on this roadmap. And the emotional part was the 5th aspect of it. So I immediately sat down and just started writing everything down. And then I tried it out. Like the emotional one, I tried on myself. And I tried this roadmap out on my husband. So he had a recurring Lyme, and he had just been diagnosed with lupus. And so we tried that roadmap out on him, and it reversed everything. My son had an idiopathic joint disease, which obviously means, we don't know why that's happening, but he had a hard time where he couldn't even stand in the shower without his joints hurting. He was probably like 6 at the time. And he also had autism uh, from a vaccine. And we tried the steps, everything fully reversed, even the autism. So I just started testing it on one person after the next, and it reversed everything. It's how I know that you can reverse any type of, dis-ease, from diabetes to heart disease to um cancers to arthritis. Any of these conditions, you can reverse them. And since then, I have found in the literature, like study after study, documenting reversal of all of these quote unquote chronic diseases, including Parkinson's and ALS. Like, all of these can be reversed. But yes, to your point, the reason that I was able to finally heal, and then help other people find their solutions so they can heal themselves, is because of God handing me a piece at a time when I was ready. And he still does it now. And now I just say to him, okay, I'm ready. Like, cause I'm so fascinated by this area. And now I feel so great. I want to see how much better can I feel. Like, I'm almost 50. I had my 3rd child at the age of 45, and she was my healthiest child ever, like of all 3 of my kids. And I bounced right back as well. And like I said, I'm almost 50 this year, and I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life. So now I'm like, well, what else is there? Like, how much better can I get? And so I'm constantly learning more. And I think also part of it is because, as a Western trained scientist, I was trained in reductionist thinking, and what I was taught was very narrow minded. I'm grateful for a lot of it. Like, I have a strong biochemistry background, which helped me piece the puzzles, the pieces of the puzzle together, and help me put those puzzle pieces together to figure out my healing story. So I am grateful for it, but I feel like our like academia does a disservice to us, because there's so much more to know, and there's so many possibilities. For instance, there's so many different ways to reverse these conditions that so many people are suffering from, and we don't talk about it. Like, we're not taught these things in academia. At least nobody that I know has taught these things. I've never seen it in a medical school curriculum. I certainly was never taught this, and I went to one of the top nutrition schools in the country, but I was never taught how to actually help somebody heal, or it was never even brought
It's
up
it's
that you could
it's
potentially do that.
it's purposeful, Sina. Like like
Yes.
like this is part of a greater pharmaceutical industrial complex. I mean, the most important thing for people to know is a dead patient doesn't make money and a healthy patient doesn't make money.